Hello, this is Becca with Amazing Paper Grace, and today what I'm going to be showing you is how to make an ornament using Spellbinders Fleur de Lis pendant. The first thing I'm going to do is go through our supplies list and then we'll get started. As far as die template, you'll be using the Fleur de Lis pendant, cut 4. You'll be using the center part also, and of that you need to cut 4. And we'll be using as a base an empty ribbon spool. Mine is 3 inches in diameter. And what you need to do is you need to pick a round die template that will more than cover the spool, and of those you will cut 2. Then also we need to cut a small strip of paper, and the strip of paper needs to be wide enough to fit in the canyon or the ditch where the ribbon normally goes on the spool. And then also we'll need some ribbon, we'll need adhesive, and I have several other adhesives here that I've used, the tacky tape and glue dots. And then you're also going to need 2 large pearls for centers, and you'll also need 16 small pearls. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is to build a base. And for the base, you will use the ribbon spool. I'm working here on my score pal because for part of the medallion we'll be scoring some elements as well. Now for the base, you'll start out by adhering circle to one side of the base. And then the other side will have ribbon on it, so I do have a piece of tacky tape already in place. I have a piece of ribbon already cut. It's about 14 inches. You'll double it at the end. If you'll double it in half and then snip to get a nice little fork. And then we will adhere the ribbon down to the ribbon spool. Over top of that, we will put the other round piece. Now, when you're almost finished, what you can do is you can tie a bow. The only other thing that we have to do to get the base prepared is take our small strip and actually put it in that ditch, wind it around, and it has adhesive on it. And so the base is ready to go. I'll put a piece of tacky tape here and here for when we have our medallion ready, and for now we'll set this aside. So the next thing I'll show you is actually how to make the medallion. And actually I'll bring the camera in just a little bit closer so you can see. So we start with the Fleur de Lis pendant. And we're actually going to make some score marks on the pendant. It's going to be a series of 6 lines. So the first you'll score is between 2 humps, up to down, and then turn 90 degrees, up to down, in between the 2 little humps. And then we're going to make a series of diagonal. So the diagonal will go from, if you look at the small hump in between the 2 peaks on the corner, we'll pick a point there and we'll go to the same point on the opposite side and score. And then we'll turn it and we'll do the same thing. Looking between the fleur on the edge and the next floor in, we'll pick that little hump, place our stylus in between, and score. And so we will actually turn 90 degrees and do the same thing. Just for point of reference, you can see this is where the score line begins and this is where it ends. So I'll set that aside. When we're finished, it will look something like this, and we'll actually take our scissors and we'll snip to the center. After we've had an opportunity to fold on all of the score marks, we pinch up on each side right where the two humps were. I'll take that and I'll turn it over, and what I'm going to do is put a piece of glue dot on each of those places so that the peaks will stand firm. So I'll put one glue dot, the second glue dot, the third glue dot, and then adhere the paper in between so that those peaks will be standing. I'll flip up the edges and I'll put glue dots on those as well. So a glue dot will go here on the end, and then a glue dot will go on the other side. This is actually half of a medallion, so if you make, you'll make another one just like it, and the two of those medallions will be married like so. Okay, we're ready for the second layer of the medallion, and that's actually done with the centerpieces. For the centerpieces, we'll take and score up, up to down on each side, up to down on each short side, and then diagonally. And then we'll take and fold, and just press creases in with our hands. Go from up and down, and then we'll take and we'll snip in the center. You'll do this with two of the pieces, and then I'll fan fold them just to make sure that the folds are in place like so. So with two of these, what I'm going to do is marry one edge to another edge. So I'll take a piece of tape and put here, and a piece of tape and put here. There will be another side open, so I'll take and put a piece of tape here and a piece of tape here. And this is what I'll come up with. It's round circle, and that round circle will fit right on top of our medallion, like so, with each fleur pointing up to another fleur. There we go. And then we'll secure it with a large brad. You may also need to just secure it with a little bit of glue. I'll turn that over, and I'll open up the brad. Just do a little bit of adjustment. Okay. So, in order to assemble this, I have another one that I have put together that already has the bow on it, or it already has the loop on it at the top, and I tied an additional bow on it. You'll take your medallion and just glue it like so. Then you'll take your other medallion and you'll match it up and glue it like so. And stick that back on, and there's your ornament. Thanks for stopping by.